Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. We welcome you here in the sanctuary and those who have opted to join us online. Anyone attending online is silent, and I'm asking anyone here to do so too. Please ensure your cell phone is turned off if it has accompanied you to worship, with one important exception. Please don't hesitate to use your phone if it's necessary to access our hearing assistance system, especially if T-Coil is yours. My name is Amy Sewell, and I'm helping as worship leader this morning. I want to thank today's worship team, which includes our tech team, Josh McIntyre, Claire Miles, Eamon Bullock, and our music ministers, including Rachel Derry, our director of music and an artist, many talents, and a pair of guest musicians. Our guest musicians today are Chasa Lavasser. She's a busy creative who wears many hats with enthusiasm. Some of them include a music and theater maker, songwriter, musician, performer, arts educator, facilitator, podcast host and writer, CBC book reviewer, and emerging administrator. Her life work lies in connecting with others through experiences of communal creative uplift, whether that comes from center stage or behind the scenes. We welcome Bill Versteeg in addition. He is a grade 12 student who studies violin with Rosemary Hale at Long McQuaid. Phil was a member and concert master in Garden City Orchestra and currently serving as an HPYO member. He's starting his Bachelor of Music at Wilfrid Laurier in September. We're not the first people on this land at all, nor will we be the last. We acknowledge our connection to the web of all existence, honoring past and preparing future. Stewardship of the original people who were here before preserved it for our generation. We seek to be respectful stewards of this spot for those coming.
Good morning, everyone. We'll start today with traditional. It's called Woke Up This Morning with My Mind Stayed on Freedom. I'm going to sing it a cappella. I invite you to clap along. I invite you to sing along. The first verse is Woke Up This Morning. The second verse is Walking and Talking. And the third verse is Singing and Praying with My Mind Stayed on Freedom. And at the end of each verse, there's a little part where I sing hallelujah, and you sing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Here we go. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Walking and talking, walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Singing and praying with my mind stayed on freedom. I'm singing and praying with my mind stayed on freedom, singing and praying with my mind. Stayed on freedom, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Like that. Okay. Our chalice represents the light of hope, center of our faith tradition. Its spark draws us into our time of worship and community. Call attention to Nelson Mandela's words on freedom as we prepare to light our chalice. I've walked that long road to freedom. I've tried not to falter. I've made missteps along the way, but I've discovered the secret after climbing a great hill. One only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I've taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I've come. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. Please join me in our chalice lighting words. May this flame be our light, friendship, and love.
We had some technical difficulties this morning with a printer, so we're flipping back and forth between two documents here. Good morning, everybody. Wow. I don't even think that this room was this full last year when you all voted for me to be your new minister. I am Reverend Danny Weber. I use they, them pronouns, and it is such a great honor to invite all of you into the sanctuary this morning. You might be here because this is where you spend every Sunday morning, or you might be here because you saw that we have a special spring festival after service today. Either way, thank you for being part of our spiritual community this morning. Here at UU Hamilton, we spend each month focusing on a theme to help us delve deeper into our understanding of our faith. The theme of June is the practice of freedom. How does freedom show up in our lives? What are the practices that allow us to respond to the call of freedom? How do we live our lives in a way that encourages those around us to practice freedom? And do we live into the practices our UU principle of the free and responsible search for truth and meaning? And so, as we begin our exploration of this monthly theme, I call you into this worshipful space in your body and mind this morning with these words from Anne Slater. The Sufi Persian poet Rumi challenges us. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. And we come from rich heritages of liturgy and pomp. We come from burning legacies of angry gods and threats of hellfire. We come just as we are. We come with exuberant and joyful hearts, eager to witness to others. We come bereft of the goodness of life, wondering, hesitant. We come just as we are. We come in the bloom of youth, ready to explore new truths. We come ready to sit apart from our children and be nourished for an hour. We come with gray in our hair and experiences to share. We come just as we are. We come to the place we never knew before to be home. We come to the place that has been home for most of our lives. We come just as we are to join our siblings and cousins as members of one family in this beloved home, our hands and hearts outstretched. Come, yet again, come. And now I will invite Jenny to come forward for our Time for All Ages this morning.
Hello. Babies don't believe anything when they're first born. Oh, thank you. Babies aren't born Buddhists or Baptists or believers of any sort. But soon after we arrive in the world, we start to gather ideas. We pick up beliefs and ideas about people and animals and families. We collect ideas about stars and comets, how it all got started. We accumulate beliefs, thank you, about good and bad, right and wrong, what's healthy, what's unhealthy, and what is important in life. And all these beliefs, which we get from our parents and playmates, from the TV, from Sunday school, they go into our belief bag. Now, most religions define themselves by what they believe, or by what's inside the bag. Christians, for instance, believe in Jesus. Muslims believe in Allah and in the Prophet Muhammad. Buddhists believe in the Four Noble Truths. But Unitarian Universalists don't have just one set of beliefs. What makes us different is the way that we carry our bag. We carry our beliefs because there are different ways of holding your belief bag. For example, some people hold their bag like this. They clutch it close and make sure the top is tightly sealed because they don't want their beliefs exposed to any new ideas that could threaten what's inside. They've got their world wrapped up in a nice, tidy package. And because their bag is all closed up, we call these people close-minded. On the other hand, some people are just the opposite. They don't pay much attention at all to what goes into their bag. One idea is as good as another, and if other folks believe it, then it must be true. Because they carry their bag in such a sloppy manner, we call these people sloppy thinkers. And then there are people who carry their bags like this, like a club they can use to hit other people. What's inside the bag may sound very nice and sweet. For instance, I believe in peace and kindness and the golden rule, but they use their bag like a weapon. You don't believe in peace? You're a nasty person. Shame on you. But none of these is the Unitarian Universalist way. Instead, we carry our bag like this. We carry them open at the top so that new ideas and experiences can get in. And old beliefs, where is it? Old beliefs can be tossed aside if needed. We carry our bags in front of us so that we can see and examine what goes in and to make sure that it makes sense and fits in with the other things that we know. And also so that we can see what our neighbors think and share our thoughts with others. Above all, we never use our beliefs to beat up or bully other people. And that's what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist. The next time somebody asks you, what do the people in your church believe? You can tell them, for Unitarian Universalists, it's less important what you believe than how you hold your beliefs. It's how you acquire them, how you share them, and above all, what you do with them that counts. That's our story for today. I will say there's no children's program today because it's a shorter service, but if the kids need a break, they can come to me. I'll be over in this corner. I'll bring you to the Rainbow Room, but there's activities there the kids can do. And coloring pages, older adults, older children are welcome to use coloring pages as well. So thank you very much.
Children of all ages who need to color something, please find your way over to the corner. And we'll now sing our opening hymn, number 155 in the gray hymnal. If you have it, words will be on the wall behind me. Circle round for freedom. I believe we're going to sing this through twice.
Yes, we are.
I'm not sure how many rainbows you all have noticed yet, but Rachel's pants have rainbows on them. I'm wearing my special rainbow, one of my special rainbow stoles, and in honor of it being the beginning of Pride Month, and for a church who loudly and boldly welcomes people of all gender diversity and sexual orientation, I wish to share with you a poem for our meditation today. This poem was written by a colleague of mine, Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, a trans man who transitioned 24 years ago and has been a UU minister for 16 years. Sean is the minister serving at a UU church in Ashland, Oregon. In these moments of contemplation, I invite you to relax, close your eyes. If it feels safe in your body, take a few deep breaths. Following our reading, there will be a few moments of silence, and then Tressa will share music with us again. During the music, if you feel called to do so, please come up and light a candle to honor a joy, sorrow, or gratitude that you are holding in your mind and heart. And now, Blessing for Kin by Reverend Sean Parker Dennison. I wish you a single story, not a simple fairy tale with only happiness, but one life without secrets or omission, without the need for fake faces, one pointed outward and the other inward and real. I wish for you the twin beauties of clarity and consistency, knowing the singular word that holds all of you together, all of you at once, all of you. I wish you no need to hide, no reason to live in shadows or half-truths, no need to cover the spark and sparkle of your heart, to keep it from catching the light of sun or moon. I wish you wholeheartedness that arises from the liberty before needing to be freed, the completeness that precedes breaking, the integrity of your being, a unity undivided and boundless. I wish you a far-reaching welcome from within, full and absolute acceptance, nothing withheld from yourself, unrealized or unfinished. And I wish you a place and a people who do not want you in pieces, incomplete or partial. A world that no longer asks anyone to wrench apart their heart or divide soul from mind, from nature, from core. I bless you with all that is whole.
When the world is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, is darkness, I will be a light. I will be a light. I will be a light. When the world is darkness, I will be a light. 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 I will be a light.
Every week, we take a time in silence to recognize that we are part of an interdependent web of life, that we are affected by the individuals around us, and that we are part of a community that cares for one another in joys, sorrows, and gratitude. We recognize these moments to help us remember that we are not alone in this life, and that what touches one person can affect us all. To share in the burden of carrying sorrows alone, to share in the delight of our joys, and to deepen our gratitude practices. These moments of silence are precious, and we also share them aloud. Perhaps it's because of the sunshine or the fact that we have a festival today, but we don't have any sorrows to share. I want to share deep, deep gratitude for the festival committee, who has been working tirelessly over the last several weeks and months to make sure that this event is going to happen today. And I just have to share also that I asked all of my colleagues while I was away last week to help me pray for sunshine, and I think we did it. For those who don't know, our festival last year was rained out, so we're pretty happy about the weather today. I also want to share a few joys. First, from Jen Reed, who received the ETFO Halton Environmental Leadership Award. This is to recognize her work in the classroom and in the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario around the issues of climate change. Congratulations, Jen. I also have a really exciting joy to share with everyone today, and I'd actually like to invite Jessie Gullem up with me here. Jessie is our new support services manager here. I want you all to be really nice because today is her first day. No, not a birthday, first day working. Layla and I will be helping her get settled into the office on Tuesday, but I wanted her to be here today for this exciting event and to meet so many of you. Jessie is an artist, activist, and organizer. She has worked for churches and nonprofits focusing on climate policy, basic income, food security, harm reduction, and housing rights. And as a way for all of us to get to know Jessie a little bit better, we're going to do a short Q&A. You might have recognized this from last month when Jenny was here. So, we're gonna have to share this microphone.
Okay.
I'm ready. Excellent. Can you tell us what is your ultimate snack food?
Something that is smothered in cheese. I'm not very picky about what the vehicle is, but as long as there's cheese involved, we're good.
Amazing, amazing. If you were the main character in a cartoon, what would be your superpower And who would be your sidekick?
I'm not sure what my superpower would be, but I would really enjoy a SpongeBob and Patrick kind of situation. I think that would just be ideal, and maybe my superpower is I have a snail named Gary, and I'm happy with that.
If you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
I like staying up late at night, and I like reading, so let's go with an owl.
Excellent. And how about this one? What is your strangest talent?
I have perfect pitch. So I know what you're playing.
Thank you so much. And can you pronounce your last name for us?
I don't know, Golem, I don't know, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Sure, do that. Thank you so much, Jesse. It's such a joy to have you here with us today. As well, just for everybody else to know, part of Jessie's support services manager's position, she will be working on Sunday mornings. So you will have the opportunity to meet her, ask questions, get support for any of the things that you are doing around the building. Thank you so much for participating in our joys and sorrows as a community this morning.
Our offering we accept each Sunday is an opportunity to recommit ourselves to our community and our relationship with each other. When we give, we say yes to something that we value. With the gifts freely given, may we say yes to the values of our faith. We will now receive our offering while we listen to our music minister team.
When every heart joins every heart and together yearns for liberty, that's when we'll be free. When every hand joins every hand and together molds our destiny, that's when we'll be free. Any hour, any day, the time soon will come when all will live in dignity. That's when we'll be free. When every voice joins in our song and together sings in harmony, that's when we'll be free.
Your gifts in support of our ministries to one each another and to the community at large are appreciated. Thank you.
Unitarian Universalism is a religion where we do not all agree on one set of beliefs. Like Jenny shared in our Time for All Ages this morning, we pay more attention to the way we hold our beliefs. We pay attention to the beliefs that are placed on us, the beliefs that are ingrained into our upbringing, our daily routines, our communities, and we examine the ones that feel restrictive, that feel like they don't fit us or that we have outgrown. To many, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Religious communities have rules that must be followed, guidelines that govern aspects of daily and spiritual life. However, we are a faith community that focuses on the ways in which we interact with one another, a promise to be together in right relationship, rather than a promise to believe the same things. In our lobby, you will find a few different spots where our principles are listed on the walls. We promise to live by these 8 principles while in community with one another and while out in the world. The 4th principle, if you decide to go out and look at it, is the free and responsible search for truth and meaning, which I have always believed to be one of the hardest and most important principles for us to live up to. Our 4th principle offers us the freedom to seek out different sources of truth within our lives. It calls us to be responsible in our search, in our seeking, when we find meaning for ourselves. This privilege calls us not to be isolated and self-centered, however, believing that our single perspective trumps all. Rather, we must be humble and open to the great mysteries of truth and meaning that life offers. We cannot use our bag of beliefs as a club or any sort of weapon, like Jenny talked about. Adrienne Marie Brown speaks about this in another way. She says, "I am learning that getting well in community is liberation. We are interdependent. When one of us attains freedom, it rekindles that longing in each of us. When we learn to feel, when we learn to stand with each other in feeling, when we learn to tune into the wisdom of our bodies, to love ourselves, to love each other. We are doing the unthinkable. We are creating new worlds of possibility. It is our duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Recognizing our responsibility to one another and to the wider world is a significant piece of the work that we must bring into our faithful explorations. Raised as a UU and being asked to explore my faith and my understanding of the world from a very young age means that I have been reflecting on my understanding of truth and meaning for quite some time. One specific story that I have shared in the past is about a class in my last semester at seminary. This class was called Unleashing Your Multicultural Ministry. On our first day of an intensive week-long class, we were asked to help decorate the altar that would be in the front of the room for the rest of our time together. My professor, Mark Hicks, is a religious educator and someone who did his PhD focusing on the pedagogy of faith. What that actually means is the method of learning about faith. And so he constantly incorporated different practices and tools and methods within his teaching. And so that day in January, he gave us 2 tasks to accomplish before the next morning in order to decorate our altar. The first task was to take home a river stone and write one word on it. The prompt was to think about a time when we were asked to experience someone else's culture and to describe it in one word. The second task was to take home several pipe cleaners and to create an image that for us reflected God or the spirit of life, the more ultimate reality. Choose whatever word best suits you. There are a lot of details that I could share about these 2 small craft projects, but the most important piece are the word that I chose to write on my riverstone, which was challenging. And the pipe cleaners, I created 2 people holding hands together to form a circle. My understanding of God happens within the spaces that are between us, in the betweenness of human interaction, and in the betweenness of mind, body, and soul within a single individual. The in-betweenness of a person and their relationship with the earth. The in-betweenness is where I find God and is the place that I choose to put my energy and efforts. So a rock with the word challenging on it and 2 people holding hands. I took my 2 objects back to class the next morning. We were all asked to share the meaning behind our words, our images, and then we spent the rest of our class time together trying to build an understanding of what ministry can look like based on our experiences of different cultures and our understanding of God. It was an incredibly excellent class. I learned so many things and feel like I added a bunch of tools to my toolbox. But there was a deeper meaning hidden in those 2 objects that I was soon to discover. Seminary for me was in Chicago, and I stayed at a hostel while I was taking classes. And so when I went back to my room with a group of seminarians, it was there that I left my 2 items on the kitchen table. And that night, while my roommates and I were milling about, someone was trying to get my little pipe cleaner people, that's hard to say, pipe cleaner people to stand up. I had bent the pipe cleaner legs so that they had feet, but they were a little bit lopsided and wouldn't really stay upright without support. but one of my roommates accomplished the task by placing the challenging rock on top of their feet in between the circle. This is where my theological light bulb went off when I saw the two ideas come together and become one. If someone asked me to name my theology, and honestly, nobody has asked me that question since I graduated seminary, but I'm going to give you the answer anyways. If somebody asked me to name my theology, I would tell you that it is process relational. This means to me that one of the essential aspects of God is to be affected and to be affected by our interactions. God is changeable. God is not permanent. God is always in process and ever becoming. And my God is relationships. Therefore, we are constantly able to change God by the way we interact with and witness the divinity of our relationships. And humans' tendency to anthropomorphize God, or to make God like ourselves, to humanize God, can make this a little bit of a challenging concept to digest or think about. A few weeks ago, I spoke about the book, The Parable of the Sower, written by Octavia Butler. In it, she preaches this short phrase: all that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. For me, this is a depiction of our fourth principle, the promise that we make to one another about our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. It is a challenging principle to uphold, but when we take the time to focus our efforts, when we take into consideration those we are in relationship with and the world around us, then we are able to create the change that we are seeking. We are able to live into our values, our principles, by practicing the way we want life to be. For me, one of the ways I want to change my life is that I want to know the people that I am in relationship with. I arrived here in Hamilton 10 months ago today. I've been here with you all in community for 10 months, and I feel like I am only just skimming the surface of these relationships. Getting to know those I am connected to, the people who I see on a weekly basis, and those who I often see a little bit more. The possibility of creating stronger webs of our interconnection. And that is what our Spring Festival is all about this weekend. Gathering together, meeting our neighbors, showing up when we are asked to, and creating points of connection. These are the things that my free and responsible faith and my desire to build relationships ask of me. And I hope that you all will join me on that journey and in this search. We are now going to sing our closing hymn, number 1019. It's called Everything Possible. It's in the teal hymnal, or you will find it on the wall behind me.
And it is new. We don't sing this very often, and it will be challenging. So seize the day, my friends. Let's do this together. We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day, as the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep. Oh, you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind, some go in their own way in time. Some women love women, some men love, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by names, taunts and games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they'll give the same back to you. Oh, you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
I feel like we could practice that one a couple more times this month. Excellent. Coming to you from a service soon. I extinguish our chalice this morning with these words from Reverend Kimberly Quinn Johnson, who happened to be with me in those hostile gatherings back in seminary. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are not perfect, but we are perfect for this day. We are not without fault, but we can be honest to face our past as we chart a new future. We are the ones we have been waiting for. May we be bold and courageous to chart that new future. May we have faith in a future that is not known, for we are the ones we have been waiting for. I'll invite Teresa up for our postlude, and then I have some announcements afterwards.
This is also a call and response in the chorus. So when I say, give joy a try, oh. Just gonna move this so I can see you. When I say give joy a try, you say give joy a try. You respond. This is a song from my personal bag of beliefs. It does not represent the beliefs of everyone in this room.
They say the river is deep, they say the water is wide. They say we're all gonna meet one another in the by and by. And I say, if you're asking me, well, we only get this one try. So we might as well revel in it and give joy a try, give joy a try, give joy a try. It doesn't mean you don't get angry, it doesn't mean that you can't cry, but just remember behind those thunder clouds there's a beautiful bright blue sky. Do you dare to dance in a downpour and give joy a try? Sure, that one was awkward. They say the jig is up, they say the end is nigh. They say that the good old days have gone and passed us by. But I say, if you're asking me, there's still plenty of pieces of pie. So go on, pass a plate to your neighbor and give joy a try, give joy a try, give joy a try. It doesn't mean you don't get angry, it doesn't mean that you can't cry, but just remember behind those thunder clouds there's a beautiful bright blue sky. Do you dare to dance in a downpour and give joy a try? Give joy a try, give joy a try. One more time. Give joy a ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba.
As we leave the sanctuary, the festival team and volunteers will be moving to their stations and ready to welcome you by as soon as they can. A big thank you to everybody who is operating tables, sharing information, and participating in this event. First, a reminder, we do have a silent auction and it will be open until Friday, June 6th. There are some vacation opportunities in there, dinner parties, events, and items still listed. Please have a look. You each should have received a program of the festival. If you didn't, they're going to be in the foyer. The games, baking, and the barbecues, any of your purchases will be listed on the tally sheet within the festival program. When you're ready to leave, make your way to the cashier's table in the foyer. Our fundraiser is being split 50-50 with the Sacagawea nonprofit housing project here on Dundurn Street. Any donation... Thank you. Dundurn and Jackson just down the street. If you want to learn more about that project, they do have a table over in Fellowship Hall. Any donations made today will, along with your purchases, will be warmly welcomed. Also in Fellowship Hall, there is a bake sale and information about our church programs, our justice groups. In the central foyer area, there are a lot of fun tables, a barbecue outside, garden tours, family activities, and Be Sweet plants and trees are in the gardens. Also, JP and friends and Mary Ann and George will have music for us in the sanctuary and maybe in the garden. One small reminder that if you have children, you are responsible for your children at all times this week. We do not have any childcare happening right now. However, the Rainbow Room will be open if you want to hang out with them in there. Grab a tea or a coffee in the foyer, take it around to the tables, or go straight outside to the garden for burgers, frozen treats, and lemonade. Please meet new people, make friends, welcome neighbors from our community, and enjoy your afternoon. Thank you so much for being here.